The Iron Heart, Lessons in Resilience from the Stoics. Chapter 1. A Philosophy for When Life Hits Hard. What do you do when the world turns upside down? When you lose your job? When someone betrays you? When your dreams dissolve overnight? Some break. Some numb the pain. But the Stoics? They prepare for it. They don't run from adversity. They train for it. They don't ask for comfort. They ask for character. Epictetus said, "You must build up your life action by action, and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible." This is not about suppressing emotions. It's about transcending them. When life hits hard, the Stoic heart grows harder, not with bitterness, but with resolve. Chapter 2. Zeno, Shipwrecked into Wisdom. The founder of Stoicism, Zeno, didn't choose the path of philosophy. It chose him, through disaster. He was a merchant. Wealthy. Secure. Proud. Until his ship sank. He lost everything in a single moment. All his cargo. All his future. Wrecked on foreign shores, penniless, broken, he wandered into a bookstore in Athens. There, he discovered the teachings of Socrates. And something shifted. Zeno said, "I made a prosperous voyage when I suffered shipwreck." Most people see loss as the end. The Stoic sees it as the beginning of wisdom. Chapter 3. Practice poverty. Imagine this. You sleep on the floor. Eat only bread and water. Wear your oldest clothes. You don't do this because you're poor. You do it to remember. I can survive this. That was a Stoic practice, voluntary discomfort. Seneca, one of Rome's wealthiest men, did it regularly. Seneca wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, and ask yourself, is this the condition that I feared?" When you stop fearing discomfort, the world has less power over you. You realize you are stronger than the worst-case scenario. And then, you live with freedom. Chapter 4. The Moment of Control. Everything you've ever regretted. Every time you acted out of rage, fear, or pride, it happened because you lost control of yourself. Stoicism teaches you that the only true power is self-mastery. Epictetus said, "Freedom is not achieved by satisfying desire, but by eliminating it." In every moment there is a gap. A small pause, before the emotion takes over. That is the Stoic moment. In that breath you choose. React or respond. Rage or reflect. Collapse or rise. That single choice, made over and over, is how you build an iron soul. Chapter 5. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Restraint. He could have had it all. Absolute power. Unlimited luxury. Instant vengeance. But Marcus Aurelius chose restraint. He chose integrity. He chose to rule himself before ruling others. In the middle of plagues, wars, betrayals, he didn't run. He wrote. He returned, again and again, to his Meditations, a private journal of Stoic reflections. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Imagine holding the weight of an empire, and still pausing to remind yourself, "This too shall pass." Respond with reason, not rage. You were born for this. That's Stoicism in its purest form. Chapter 6. The Art of Negative Visualization. Want to appreciate your life more? Try imagining losing it. Not to depress yourself, but to wake up. The Stoics practiced a mental exercise called premeditatio malorum. Premeditation of evils. Before a journey, they'd imagine being delayed, robbed, lost. Before a dinner, they'd expect rude guests, spilled wine, interruptions. Seneca wrote, "He robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand." This doesn't make you pessimistic. It makes you calm. You no longer say, "Why me?" You say, "I expected this. And I can handle it." Chapter 7. The Unbreakable Core. People think strength is about muscles, money, or status. But true Stoic strength is invisible. It's your core. Your essence. Your virtue. Epictetus said, There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. This is the Stoic blueprint. Focus only on what you control. Let go of everything else. Respond with virtue, no matter what. When insulted, stay kind. When injured, stay calm. When ignored, stay committed. You are not unfeeling. You are unshaken. That's your real power. Chapter 8: The Inner Citadel. Imagine a fortress within you. It can't be breached. It can't be burned. It can't be taken. This is what Marcus Aurelius called the inner citadel. The place inside yourself that stays steady, no matter what. It's not built with stone. It's built with discipline, reflection, virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Dig deep within yourself, for there is a fountain of goodness ever ready to flow if you will keep digging." You are not the chaos around you. You are the calm within. You don't need to control the world. You only need to master yourself. Chapter 9: Modern Stoicism, in Traffic, Emails, and Chaos. Stoicism isn't just for philosophers or emperors. It's for the mother trying to stay patient, the worker handling unfairness, the student overwhelmed with pressure. Everyday Stoicism looks like not sending the angry email, showing up even when unmotivated, listening instead of shouting, saying, "I was wrong," with grace. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it." The world doesn't need your lectures. It needs your example. Be calm when others are loud. Be honest when others lie. Be steady when others shake. And watch the world change around you. Chapter 10: What will you leave behind? What if today was your last? Not in a fearful way, but in a focused one. The Stoics meditated on death not to be morbid, but to live better. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. What legacy are you building? Not in monuments, but in moments. Did you help someone rise? Did you hold your principles? Did you live with courage? You don't control how long you live, but you do control how deeply." Chapter 11: The Stoic Response to Betrayal. Someone lied, cheated, broke your trust. It stings. It burns. But the Stoic does not burn others in return. Epictetus said, "When someone does wrong, he does wrong to himself. He damages his own character." The Stoic separates event from interpretation. The betrayal happened. That's fact. But whether you become bitter, that's a choice. Instead of revenge, they choose reason. Instead of hate, they choose harmony. Not for the betrayer's sake, for their own soul. Forgiveness isn't forgetting. It's releasing the poison from your veins. Chapter 12: Stoicism in Relationships. How do you love without clinging? How do you care without needing? The Stoic loves from strength, not from lack. They are whole already. Love is not a rescue. It's a gift freely given. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." They do not demand perfection. They don't seek to control. They serve. They support. They stand steady. And when the moment comes to let go, they do so with grace. Chapter 13: Building Your Stoic Practice. Philosophy is not something you read once. It's something you do, every day. A real Stoic life includes morning reflection. Ask, what kind of person will I be today? Midday check-in. Pause. Breathe. Review your reactions. Evening review. What did I do well? Where did I fall short? How can I improve tomorrow? Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Practice makes peace. You won't be perfect, but you'll be better. And that's the Stoic path. Chapter 14: Courage in the Face of Death. Death is not the enemy. Fear of death is. The Stoic trains to die well. Not by chasing it, but by preparing for it. Epictetus said, "Death is nothing dreadful. If it were, it would have appeared dreadful to Socrates." To the Stoic, death is natural. It's a return to the source. What matters is how you live now. Do you speak your truth? Do you love fully? Do you give your gifts? Live so that when the end comes, you don't panic. You smile. You say, I lived well. Chapter 15, The Unseen Battle. The Stoic isn't fighting others. They're fighting themselves. The urge to quit. The hunger for praise. The fear of being alone. This is the real war. And it's waged in silence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. You can't always control your environment, but you can control your effort, your attitude, your soul. That's the only battle worth winning." Chapter 16, From Knowledge to Wisdom. Knowing Stoicism is not enough. Living it, that's the hard part. When insulted, can you stay kind? When hurt, can you stay steady? When tempted, can you say no? Seneca wrote, "Philosophy is not a trick of words. It is not to be studied for the sake of fun. It molds and shapes the soul." The Stoic isn't a talker. They are a doer. They leave every situation better. They rise calmly after falling. They teach others by example. Wisdom isn't memorized. It's embodied. Chapter 17, The Fire Within. There is a fire inside you. Not loud. Not flashy. But steady. You feel it when you endure quietly. When you do what's right without applause. When you choose virtue over victory. This fire, it doesn't go out. Not when you lose. Not when you grieve. Not when the world mocks you. Because it doesn't depend on outcomes. It depends only on your choice. And in that, you are free. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." You are that master. You are that fire. Final chapter, The Stoic Legacy. What kind of ancestor will you be? Long after you're gone, what will echo? Not your wealth. Not your image. But your actions. Did you live with courage? Did you bring peace? Did you leave people better? This is your legacy. You don't need statues. You need strength. You need kindness. You need truth. That is the Stoic way. Walk it. And leave behind a life that inspires others to do the same. End.